Welcome back into some more Madden 22. Today it's going to be another rebuild, but as you can see by the Houston Texans overall here, this is going to be a very different kind of rebuild. I will be attempting to rebuild a 0 overall team. I don't know how long this is going to take. I'm going to try to get it done, at least, you know, make the playoffs, get a good team. I want to say by like 5 to 7 seasons. My goal is 5, but if we have to go a couple after that, it's not a big deal. So of course this is going to be very draft oriented, very draft heavy, going to be trading for a ton of draft picks once we hit free agency. My plan for this, and it's similar to the plans I've used when I did this rebuild on past Maddens, is just to sign as many possible free agents, you know, when free agency opens at the end of the year in the off season, and then just trade pretty much all of them away. If we can snag a couple guys who are like 24, 23 years old potentially, who are in a pretty good position to develop, then maybe we just leave those guys on the team. But I'm going to be signing a ton of free agents just to trade. I think that's like the best way to tackle this sort of rebuild, because, you know, obviously I can't trade anybody on the team right now. There's absolutely no trade value for any of these players. But quickly, before I gloss over this horrible roster, I mainly upload Madden 22 franchise content, so if you're new to the channel and if you like watching, you know, Madden 22 franchise, definitely be sure to hit that subscribe button down below, especially if you enjoy this video. And if you do enjoy the video, it would mean a lot if you could hit that like button down below as well. But let's, you know, very briefly go over the team. Obviously it's a 0 overall, but all these players are 12 overall. The lowest you can possibly get in Madden is 12. You can't go lower than this, but I gotta say, I did not make every single stat 0. I made most of them 0, at least, you know, to the point where they're at 12 overall. You know, Jeff Driscoll having 71 stamina is not going to make him a god by any means, so I don't think it's a big deal that I left a couple stats not 0. Also, you're going to see some, like, decent players still on the team here, like David Johnson, Justin Britt, stuff like that. I tried to get rid of the really good players on the Texans. I mean, granted, there's not many of them, but like I just straight up cut Deshaun Watson, I cut Brandon Cooks. Like I didn't change their overall or anything like that, just so they still have a shot to progress in this league potentially. Oh, Rex Burkhead is a 15 overall. Wait, he's a 12. Oh, he's a 15 overall fullback. You know, whatever. We're gonna keep a 15 overall fullback, the best player on the team. Let's go. There's the offense. Here is the defense. Obviously, it's a horrible team. The computer is probably going to go ahead and sign some free agents for me. I'm just going to let them do that. We're still going to go 0 and 16. I just won't re-sign those guys to the roster. So, like, by the end of the year, we might be like a 10 overall just because of the few players they sign. Or maybe they won't sign anyone at all, and we will remain a 0 overall this whole time. But I will now see you just at the end of the season. There's no point in stopping at any point during this season. So we are all the way up to a 7 overall, dude. This team is actually going places. Just out of curiosity, what are the statistics looking like? So Jeff Driscoll did not throw a touchdown pass, obviously, had 20 interceptions. Did we get any touchdowns? I don't think we did. I'm actually surprised David Johnson had positive rushing yards. Anyone have negative rushing yards? Yeah, Jeff Driscoll negative 68. Let's go, David Johnson receiving so well. I don't think we got a single touchdown, obviously. Oh my god, look at these stack numbers. We have a lot of tackles here from Tay Davis, though. 4 tackles for a loss, no sacks. We got an interception. I don't know who threw that, but whoever threw a pick to a 0 overall player, you need to reevaluate your NFL career here, my dude. Yeah, look how good we are for offensive rushing yards per game. Negative 2.4, just insane. The Ravens are going to win the Super Bowl 19-14 over the Arizona Cardinals. Let's go another week. Obviously, I'm not going to bring anyone back to the team. I'm also just like genuinely curious, like, did we sign free agents? Is that why we are 7? Or did these players actually develop a little bit? We signed a couple guys, apparently. We signed some receivers. Defensively, we signed a cornerback. All right, so, I mean, we got a couple guys on the team. They're not going to stay on the team, but figured it's worth pointing them out, I suppose. I meant to review the retirements right there, but whatever, it's fine. I'll do it next season. But let's hop into free agency now, right? This is going to be huge. This is going to be where we get pretty much all of our trade value. Devontae Adams is here. Tyrann Mathieu is here. Jason Kelsey, J.C. Jackson. All right, so there's a good chance I just sign the top, like, 15 free agents. I'm at least going to go after Devontae Adams. I'm probably going to trade him right away. He wouldn't be bad on the team, I don't think, but I think I'd rather just trade him for some value right now. Tyrann Mathieu is also worth a lot. Probably give him a contract as well here. You might need a lot of money, though. 105 points. Is that enough? We are in first place with that. Okay. Let's try to snag some guys who aren't getting many contracts. Like, Brandon Cooks is not getting any. But those top 2 guys, I don't mind paying a lot of money because they're going to be worth a ton, I'd imagine. I'm going to sign a lot of quarterbacks, I think, too. Quarterbacks have so much value in this game. And like Jameis Winston, he's going to be super valuable. I don't know if Cam Newton will be. But let's see if we can sign some younger quarterbacks comparatively to like Cam Newton and Big Ben and stuff like that. I'll give Cam Newton a contract. He might have some value here. He is 33 though, so I don't really think so, but it's worth a shot. He's not that expensive right now. Big Ben I know won't really have any value. Mitch Trubisky might. All right, so obviously I went after so many players. I didn't want to show you every contract I just offered because that would take forever. But let's see who we got. All right, so we got Mitchell Trubisky. Did not get Mike Hughes. That actually sucks. I was going to keep him on the team. We got Cam Newton, Jordan Mailata, Demarcus Robinson, Jameis Winston, Ben Powers, Shaq Griffin, Jason Verrett. We did not get Chris Barnes. That one also sucks a lot. I was going to keep him on the team this whole time. Brandon Cooks accepted, so did Devontae Adams, Steven Nelson, Tyrann Mathieu, and Derek Nottie. So out of these players, Derek Nottie might be the only one we keep. He's still relatively young and actually pretty good, but I think at this point we can go ahead and make some trades. I believe we can make trades now, right? Okay, we are able to make some trades. So let's pretty much just go ahead and trade every single player we just signed. Giving the Lions here 2 receivers, Devontae Adams and Demarcus Robinson, for the 2nd overall pick in this draft. With this trade here, we are giving the Raiders Jameis Winston and Tyrann Mathieu for Trayvon Mullen, a 1st rounder this year and a 2nd rounder this year. All right, now we have Brandon Cooks, Cam Newton, and Jason Verrett going to the Bears for a 1st rounder. Okay, so right now I have 4 first-round draft picks, 2 seconds, a 3rd, a 4th, a 5th, a 6th. All right, so I think we can probably focus on getting some draft picks for next year now by getting rid of the rest of the free agents. Maybe trying to snag a player or 2. Like I traded for Trayvon Mullen. He's going to stay on the team. He's not bad. He's 24. So he has a lot of room to grow still. That's why I figured he's a pretty good player to go after. Doesn't seem to be that hard to trade for either. Mitchell Trubisky, Steven Nelson, and Jordan Mailata going to the Steelers here for their 1st rounder next year. One final trade before we get into the draft. Shaq Griffin, Ben Powers, and Tay Hayes for the Bengals 2nd rounder this year. I couldn't get a 1st next year from him, and we also don't really have any more trade value on the team that I am willing to trade. So the only player I'm going to keep out of the ones we signed in free agency is Derek Nottie. He's the only one who's going to stay on the team, at least for now. Maybe we trade him in the future, but I think at this current point, he's good to stay as a defensive tackle. And then we also just traded for Trayvon Mullen, who is going to be a solid cornerback for us probably this whole time. He's still really young, like I said before, star dev for him, so a ton of room to grow. We actually got one more free agent on the team, Deshaun Hand. Accepted, so we can probably go ahead and trade him really quick. Okay, so Deshaun Hand, a 6th this year and next year, going to the Buccaneers for their 1st next year. I'll take that. It is now time to start the NFL draft. So we have the 1st and 2nd overall picks. I really want a quarterback, and the quarterback I want, I don't think is going to go 1st. I want AJ Bain, early 1st round talent. He looks better than Philip Claxton, who has mid 1st round talent. Also, as you can tell, if you watch my previous videos, I moved the face cam to the other corner. I got a comment criticizing me for putting the face cam in the bottom right, so I figured I'd try something else out and see how you guys like this, if it's any better or not. But I do want to potentially trade this pick away. I'm not going to trade it away with any of the teams right here, because I don't think I'm getting enough back. All right, we're going to move back here with the Eagles. We are picking up 2 firsts this year, but we're also getting rid of a 3rd. I don't mind that too much. They also will not take a quarterback. They actually signed Deshaun Watson. I mean, to be fair, I've seen the Texans draft a quarterback a whole bunch, even though they normally have Deshaun Watson. Let's advance and see who they take. I mean, it's probably not going to let me see, but let me hop into the draft board here. And they did take a quarterback. Why would they do that? What a waste of a draft pick. Whatever. We are going to take AJ Bain, early 1st round talent. Looks like the best quarterback in this class. And he's a 78 with hidden. He's ranked number 3, took him at number 2. It says we reached, but we very obviously did not. Really, really good throwing stats. Not the best speed, but it's not terrible, I guess. Yeah, he's going to be our franchise quarterback. Hopefully he has a good development trait. And let me make sure I don't need to trade up or anything like that. I really hope I don't have to. We actually didn't do all that well when it comes to when we pick. Like, we have a bunch of firsts, but they're not all that great. We do have 15, 16, and 17 all in a row, which is pretty cool, though. Honestly, I think the next player I want is one of these running backs. Sergio Reese ran a 4.24. I feel like I really want this man. He's an early 1st round talent, mid 1st round projection. I have a massive feeling he is going to be incredible. So, because of that, I want to try to trade up to pick like number 9. All right, so a 1st this year and a 3rd next year. I couldn't do this without giving up a 1st. Will allow me to move up to pick number 8. Doing a lot of trading here, but obviously that's expected since I have a 0 overall team. Let's go to my next user pick, though. At pick number 8, I'm going to take this running back. Please Please be good. This guy looks incredible. So does Matt Gallimore, by the way. He ran a 4.31, and he has A- trucking and A+ carrying. I'm aware of that. But of the, like, highest overall players I've ever seen in this game, they've all pretty much been running backs who have ridiculous speed. So I'm just kind of banking on the fact that this guy might be above an 80. Sergio Reese. He's an 81 with hidden. The second best player in the class. Oh my god, he has 97 speed, 94 acceleration. I wouldn't be surprised if that other running back is higher than this guy, but I just figured because of the 4.24 speed, or 4.2 whatever it was, I needed to take a shot on him. Alright, so we're going to simulate to pick number 16 now. Number trading up, we don't have too much more to offer anyway. And we're going to see who else is available. I could have actually taken that other running back, which is funny, so we didn't actually have to trade up, but it's fine. We'll make the most out of it. So, who do I want to take here? There are some good players left for sure. Jimmy Ridley looks kind of sick. Late first-round talent, though. Early first-round talent corner, I think it's definitely Rodney Hickman. This guy also looks really good. Early first-round talent safety, but we can probably get him with a future pick. So, I think it's going to be a cornerback here. Mid first-round talent, early first-round talent, and a late. I think I'm going to go Rodney Hickman, but let me look around a little bit more. Keon Lipton also looks sick. I want to grab him at some point. We still have 2 more selections, so we should be able to. I'd like to get some kind of an edge rusher, but there's no early first-round talent edge that I've seen. This guy might be able to play edge. Ted Sears looks really good. And of course, receivers I would like, but there's no early first-round talent receiver. So I think we skip on that. And it seems like the best player I have right now is Rodney Hickman. Welcome to the team. Oh, he only has normal dev. Not a great selection. He might even be a player we just get rid of this season then, because he's really not going to develop all that well. That sucks. I was really hoping he'd have hidden. But now here I pick number 17. Let's go ahead and select either the defensive tackle or we're going to take a safety. They're both late first round projections, so it doesn't really matter who we take with this one. I'm going to go with Isaiah Truman right now, though. 77 hidden dev, ranked number 7 in this class. Really solid, strong safety. Okay. He'll probably be on the team this whole time then. And now here at pick number 20, let's go ahead and select... I really want to take this running back, dude. Hold on. I am so tempted to take this running back. The question is, will he be there in the second round? Probably not. There are some other running backs we could land later, that's for sure. What are the defensive tackles looking like? Because I would go with Keon Lipton right now if I had to take someone, and he looks incredible, dude. He's 21. I think we have to take Keon Lipton. I do feel like we might be missing out on the best player in the class, though. I'm going to take Lipton. 77 normal. I probably goofed with that one. I did not expect him to have normal. I really thought he was going to have hidden. I don't have the assets to trade up right now. If this running back is here, we are obviously taking him, but I don't believe he will be. And he is gone. I need to check that guy out. I hope he's not the best player in the class. I'm going to be real upset if he is. So Jimmy Ridley is here. Late first round talent, mid first round projection. So this would be a good pick right now. Or we can go with Rashad Patton. Late first round talent, late first round projection. Okay, so we can either get an edge or we can get a receiver. So let me check out the depth at these positions. So at receiver, there are a couple second round guys who look pretty good. Even some guys later who are all right, who can definitely start. And then at edge... we have this guy, Cole Stevenson. He looks okay. Jeff Smith is even all right. Late first round talent. He's in the second round for sure. And then we have some second round guys here. So it's pretty even, honestly. Who's younger? 22 years old for Ridley. Or the receiver is 21. I'm going to take the receiver then. 74 normal. Really good, though. So he's a pretty solid number 1 receiving option for us. At least we got someone for the quarterback to throw to. I picked number 5 in the second round, though. I'll definitely look at that edge player if he's still here. He is still here. Okay, we can take Jimmy Ridley. Welcome to the team. 74 hidden. Let's go. He was definitely the better selection last pick, so I'm glad we were able to get him, at least with this one. And now we certainly need some offensive lineman help. I don't think I have too many more selections left. Let me see. There's one center I really want to take. He actually might have been taken already, which is really unlucky if he is. Please still be here. Oh my god, he is still here. Thank you. Alex Nelson mid-first round, or Clay McLaughlin, also mid-first round. Okay, so I want to take at least one of these guys, and it's going to be Alex Nelson because of his speed and his strength. 75 hidden dev. Okay, we got one really, really solid offensive lineman then. I will take that. Anybody still on the draft board? Any first-round talent players left. No, we have a second-round talent left end, who I think is easily going to be the selection right now. 71 normal. All right, he's good enough to play for sure. 85 speed is actually really good. And then our last pick in this draft, let's potentially throw this to like a linebacker or something. The best player left is this middle linebacker, George Trent. 67. All right, well, he's definitely going to start. I want to see, though, if it's even remotely possible for me to trade any of these 12 overall players for like a 5th or a 6th round draft pick. I doubt it. Absolutely doubt that. But if we can get these players off the team, even just like the receivers here we have, I can probably trade these guys for a 5th. And I think the Falcons were actually interested in one of the receivers for some reason. So let's get a 5th this year and maybe next year. If I can do this, this would be ideal. We can almost get that done. Okay, so I can definitely take a 5th and probably a 6th next year. Or a 7th. They don't have a 6th. I'll try this. All right, that's going to work. 3 receivers for a 5th and a 7th. And one of those 5ths is this year. So we can at least snag somebody else who will be good enough to play. All right, that's not going to be possible. I don't think I can actually take a 5th. Can I even take a 7th for these 3 guys? I can do that. Okay, I don't want to waste my time trading for 7th round draft picks because that's definitely not worth it. So let's skip ahead in the draft. We have 2 more selections for this year then. The 4th pick in the 5th round and then some 7th round selection. The 5th pick in the 7th. Okay. So who is left? We have a 5th round talent here in Josh Atkins. We're going to go ahead and take him. Get some more offensive linemen, a 66 overall. Definitely one of our better O-linemen, which is, you know, sad to say. Hopefully it's not going to be the case for long. And then in the 7th round, we're going to go ahead and maybe take a starter. Let's see if there's anybody left on the draft board first. There is nobody. So let's just find some random player to take. And it's definitely going to be Eddie Barrett. 68 overall normal dev. Okay. He's not even all that bad. Let's go ahead and see if I made the correct decision at running back. I'm worried because I don't actually think I did. We did get an 81 with hidden though. So, I mean, it's not bad. Obviously, it's not bad. So it looks like I made the correct decision out of the running backs I selected, but there's an 83 overall running back in this class with 95 speed. Oh my god, I didn't even consider this guy. Okay. Superstar X Factor, Jesus, that guy's incredible. 83 overall. I took the faster running back, who's still really good, but I'm really hoping now he has better than star. Here is the other running back I could have chosen, Matt Gallimore. He has 95 speed and 85 trucking. Oh my god. What is his dev trait? Please tell me he's not a superstar. He is a superstar, not an X Factor, just a superstar. But if our guy just has star, I'm going to be so mad because then we could have had a superstar or an X Factor running back. It's all good. At least we have a really good quarterback. We have some really good pieces on the team as well. Keon Lipton, Isaiah Truman, all very good. Here's Philip Claxton going to the Eagles. That's a horrible draft pick for them. Has a cannon, but that's pretty much it. Timmy Walden. He has hidden. I should have taken him instead of Rodney Hickman, but it's all good. Rodney Hickman was just my gut instinct. It just did not pay off. Okay, so the team is pretty much filled now with capable players. All right, we have a 74 overall roster, 73 offense, 76 defense, and with a lot of room to grow, right? We're not in the worst position possible. So what I did is I just went through and signed a bunch of free agent players like Cameron Irving, J.R. Sweezy, Bobby Massey. We signed all these players just in free agency right now, so they all have 1-year contracts here, and they will be at least in a starting role for 1 season. I'm probably not going to bring back many of these players. This is mainly just a season for the rookies to develop, and of course just to see what kind of development traits we are working with here. And then a quick look at the defense. I do have to move 1 player around. We did find this rookie, undrafted free agent, 63 overall player. He's not terrible. I'm just going to move him to play right outside linebacker really quick. I did sign a handful of undrafted free agents, so maybe if they actually do something this year, we can keep them on the team. I think we have an undrafted free agent corner. Yeah, Denzel Kidd, 66 overall. Not horrible there. But yeah, that's going to be the team. It's going to be another bad season, but I imagine we at least win a game or 2. And for those wondering, I am using the Carolina Panthers offensive playbook. It seems really good this year, and I want to see if we can develop this running back into an absolute god. For this year, I'm going to stop at the midway point. Just because there are some players I would like to bring back to the team. And also, we're not going to be completely defeated. We are 2-5 right now. Not that bad, right? We already have 2 wins. I will take it. But let's see really quickly who has to come back to the team, and then I will check out the development traits if any are revealed at all. So Trayvon Mullen I want back on the team, and maybe Will Lutz. He is a really good kicker, so we should probably give him a contract. Most of these other guys we just signed I won't be bringing back to the team, but like Tyron Lofton isn't even all that bad. He's a 68. Denzel Kidd's also pretty decent. Those might be players we bring back at the end of the season, but for now I will be getting Trayvon Mullen for 5 years. I don't mind that whatsoever. He doesn't want to come back just yet. Okay, so I'm hoping to lock him up now, because then maybe he's going to develop really well in these next couple of seasons, and then we're still paying him not that much money if he develops into a superstar, like a 90 overall player, you know. But quickly before I forget, let's see the development traits of the players on the offense and the defense, of course, just the team in general. The quarterback only has star. That's upsetting, but it's fine. The center has superstar, though, which is actually really massive. And then on the defensive side, the safety has star, and the defensive end has star. At least we got a superstar, and hopefully another one here in Reese. He needs to play 30 more snaps. Okay, we will check him out this next week. I hope he's having a good season. I mean, no one on the team is confident, but that still doesn't mean anything because the record's just so bad. I'm hoping these rookies are at least doing something here. But let's go back and renegotiate with Trayvon Mullen. I really want him back on the team. The length is good, but that's it. Okay, that's fine. I'm going to bump that up, bump that up. This still is not that much money if he develops into like a 90 overall cornerback. I'm perfectly fine paying him that much money. Okay, so now I will go to the end of the season. Bro, I'm so dumb. Not the end of the season. I literally just said I wanted to check out the rookie running backs development trait. Let's go do that really fast. Please be more than star. I'm begging you, Madden gods. It's superstar. Okay. He's not an X Factor, but at least he is a superstar. I will certainly take that. We ended up winning 7 games, which is far more than I thought, honestly. So that's actually pretty cool. Let's check out these statistics, though. How did the rookies play? The quarterback had under 4,000 yards, 21 touchdowns, 12 picks. Not an atrocious year. I mean, he's on a pretty horrible team, so I will take that. Hopefully he can develop a little bit more here, though. The running back had a really good year, though. 4.5 yards per carry, 11 touchdowns, 1,200 yards. I will certainly take that. He also led the team in receiving. This playbook is so glitchy, dude. 934 receiving yards. 9 touchdowns, though, for rookie Rashad Patton. 664 yards for Asiasi there, and then 511 for Eddie Barrett. How many sacks allowed? Not that many, honestly. That's not horrible. 138 tackles for the rookie middle linebacker George Trent. 18 tackles for loss for Keon Lipton. All right. 9 sacks for him as well. He had a really good season. And then interceptions, we have 7 for Trayvon Mullen. 1 for Leon Jacobs and Rodney Hickman. Good Lord, those 7 picks. We are not last on offense. Nice to see that there, at least. And we are also not last on defense. Let's go. The team is improving. Christian McCaffrey is going to win MVP, of course. Wins it all the time here. AFC Offensive Player of the Year. Anyone from the Texans? No. Sadly, our running back is not on the list. Defensive Player of the Year is Myles Garrett. We do have Trayvon Mullen at 9, though. Offensive Rookie of the Year goes to the running back Sergio Reese. A.J. Bain at number 3 as well. Rashad Patton, Eddie Barrett at 5 and 6. And then Tyron Lofton and Taylor Barner at 8 and 9. Defensive Rookie of the Year goes to Keon Lipton. That's fantastic. Peter Whitley, Jimmy Ridley, George Trent, and Rodney Hickman are also on the list. Okay, so it seems like the rookies at least are going to develop here pretty well. A lot of them made those lists, which is exactly what you want to see. But let's see who's in the Super Bowl. It's between the Cowboys and the Browns, and the Cowboys are going to win at 35-25. Let's see who is up in dev trait. Maybe the running back. He played really well. It would be sick if he's an X Factor, and he is not. But he is going to be up to an 88, which is really nice. I don't believe anyone here on the offense is up, but then defensively, Trayvon Mullen isn't up in dev trait. My man got 7 picks, and that's not enough. I think Whitley is up in development trait, though. Up to star, which is really nice to see. I don't think anyone else on the defense here is up in dev trait, but that's fine. That's fine. We got a little bit of progression here from the team. The running back is still looking really sick, so I will definitely take that. Let's go ahead and move on from this week, and let's check out these retirements really quickly. Someone asked if I could go over these, and I certainly will. Trent Williams is gone. Brandon Graham is gone. 2 of the guys we just signed, Bobby Massey, J.R. Sweezy, both gone. Calais Campbell. Matt Ryan is going to retire. Tom Brady finally calls it quits. Big Ben's going to retire, so is Ryan Fitzpatrick, Malcolm Jenkins, and Dominican Sue. Got some big-name players here, of course. Damon Harrison. Snacks is gone. Oh, and then Pete Carroll is going to retire. Okay. NFL shaking up a little bit. Let's hop into the first week of free agency, though. I need a lot of players still, right? Tyreek Hill is probably available. I don't know if he's a player we target right now, though. We do have the money for it, but I don't know. Let's see. He is available. So is Kareem Hunt. Josh Allen is a player I want. Deron Payne is also really good. We do have Derek Nottie, but maybe I can even get rid of Nottie if we sign Deron Payne. I don't know just yet. Darius Slayton is really good too. All right, so we have some players we should go after. I threw a bunch of really small contracts at a bunch of players. So let's see who we were able to get after the first week here. We got Josh Allen. We got Tyreek Hill. I gave him a contract that was only worth like 50 points. We got Deron Payne, which is huge. We also got Darius Slayton. Did not get Gardner Minshew. I just went after Minshew for some trade value. So I don't think I'm going to keep all of these players on the team. I do think I'm going to trade a couple of them. But we got a lot of actually really good players. The big question for me right now is, do I keep Tyreek Hill on the team? He has so much trade value. I don't know if I want to keep him on the roster or not. But I am going to be trading Derek Nottie now, which I kind of feel badly about. But you know what? Deron Payne is a year younger and actually a lot better. So I'm comfortable keeping Payne on the roster for sure. And I do at least need to trade up to pick number 1. Bro, this is taking so long to trade up to pick number 1. They want so much for this. Tyreek Hill, Derek Nottie in a 5th? That's not enough, dude. Holy shit. Okay, I actually don't even think the Giants are going to take the guy I want. He's a cornerback, and he looks really good, and they have 2 really good corners. Okay, so let's go ahead and see if we can trade up maybe with the Dolphins. I mean, they have good corners as well. I'm hoping the Dolphins don't take this guy either then, because I also can't trade up to pick number 2. The Chargers, I believe, have picked number 3, and there's a good shot they go with this guy then. So, the Chargers it is. I'll offer you a 4th this year. That's the most you're going to get as well. That's accepted. Okay, finally we can move up. My God, that took a long time. This might not end up being the best trade, especially if this corner only has normal, but he looks like an 80 or so plus overall cornerback, so I figured it's worth it to trade up. We are getting rid of Tyreek Hill, but we are still a few years out, I think, from being a contender, and I don't think keeping Tyreek Hill for the long term is really in the best interest of the team right now. All right, so it actually turns out we signed a bunch of other players, including Aaron Rodgers. Now, I only signed Aaron Rodgers to trade, and I will definitely be doing that. We could do that now, or we can do that during the draft. I'm going to look to do that during the draft, just because I don't know exactly who I want to trade with just yet. So maybe if I want a specific draft pick, we can go ahead and trade Aaron Rodgers. The Giants and the Dolphins pick right before us, and I don't think either of these teams should take a corner. This is the cornerback I want, by the way. Tyrone Derby looks incredible. So I'm going to check the draft board after this pick just to see if Eddie Hackett goes. Because if he somehow goes to the Giants, then that means the Dolphins could take my guy. Let's advance to the next pick. I feel like the Giants will probably take a quarterback. And they go corner. Okay, I'm trading up with the Dolphins. I'm not letting this guy go. Eddie Hackett was an 80. Interesting. I don't know why they took him, but I'm going to trade up with the Dolphins. I do not want to miss out on this man. They need a quarterback really badly and a tackle and stuff like that, but I don't really care. I'm trading up here. I'm going to give him the 3rd pick and then like a 7th. Is that going to be enough? We're only moving up 1 spot. That's very close to being enough. We definitely don't have to get rid of Aaron Rodgers in this trade. That is for sure. Let's give him this guy as well. Yeah, and there we go. Moved up to pick number 2. And we're not getting rid of like anything important. So we're going to pick who I think is going to be the top player in the draft. Tyrone Derby. 83 overall. Hidden dev trait. Jesus Christ. 97 speed, 95 acceleration, 92 agility, 90 jumping, 83 man, 81 zone. Yeah. He was worth the selection. That is entirely obvious to me. Now, at pick number 9, we could go with another corner. I'm not going to. But we could also go with another safety, potentially. Raheem Dudley is also really good. I don't really need that much more on the defense, though, if I'm being real. I would like to take a receiver at some point. I just wish there was an early first receiver. There is no early first receiver, but that guy looks really good. Chris Keenan looks sick. Gio Wiggins looks really good for the 2nd round. Okay, we might be able to wait. I didn't scout any tight ends, but we're good. We're good there. I don't believe there are any really good offensive linemen. I need this guy, though, for sure. Definitely need that 7.0 combine grade center. I think that's going to be my next first-round selection. 100%. Also, I did not spend any scouting points on the D-line. Think we're perfect there. I wouldn't mind drafting a linebacker at some point, just not yet. So with this pick, I have no idea where to go. I mean, Raheem Dudley seems like the option right now. Austin Henry's also really good. Mid-second round talent. I'm going to go Raheem Dudley, I think. Mid first round projection, we have pick number 9. I mean, it works. 80 overall hidden. Oh my god, what a draft class. 90 speed, 93 excel. Yeah, he is starting. The other safety we drafted last year is going to start. And then we can trade Jimmy Ward, who I just signed. I signed Jimmy Ward in case I wasn't able to get another safety. And yeah, those guys are both really good. With this pick, I'm going to be taking, I think, Mitchell Pearman. I mean, the only thing making me hesitate on this is that I really need a linebacker. So I'm going to take Jonathan Edwards first. He's probably going to be worse, but he might go before I pick again. So Jonathan Edwards, 74 hidden. All right, only a 74, but that hidden dev trait is going to be absolutely massive. Now we pick in only a couple more selections. And here, I'm going to take this center. I know nothing about him, like stats-wise, but he has a 7 combine grade. We are taking him. 70 with hidden. Not even close to as good as I thought he was going to be. But he is still certainly good enough to play on this team. Let's go ahead in the second round now. Our next pick isn't until the 5th. Jesus. We need some kind of a receiver, I think. There are some guys down here who I could take a shot on. The receiving class was okay this year. No early first round guys, so there was nobody I really wanted to take. So what do I do with this pick then? Let me take a look at the receiving core right now. I mean, we have Darius Slayton. I didn't trade him. And he's still pretty good here. We have Patton, who is all right. And we have Barrett. I wonder if I could package Aaron Rodgers and this pick for a stud receiver. Oh my, that is incredibly close. All right, we're going to go ahead and get DK Metcalf, I think. This should work. We can get rid of Whitley, who we drafted last year. And no, that's going to be lower than it was before. That's interesting. They have green interest in Whitley, but that brings the interest of the whole trade down somehow. All right, so it turns out I couldn't even trade for DK Metcalf. I got the trade to go through, but then the Seahawks would have exceeded the league salary cap. So instead, okay, we're just going to get Justin Jefferson. I didn't think that would just go through straight up, but sure. Justin Jefferson is now on the team. Aaron Rodgers is now on the Vikings. Oh, I'm so sorry. Packers fans, if you're watching this video, my bad. I didn't even put that together until I made the trade. Staying in the division, I guess, for good old Aaron Rodgers. Wanting to get revenge maybe on the Packers. I don't know. Anyone else left on the draft board? Yeah, we have a left tackle who's a 6th round talent. I also really need a kicker and a punter, I think. So I'm going to take the tackle, and then we're going to take a kicker or a punter. 65 overall for the tackle. I don't think that's actually good enough to start right now. I took him in case he like randomly had a dev trait. You never know. Also, my bad because I just used Justin Jefferson in my most recent rebuild. Kind of didn't really think about that either. I just threw him on the trade just to see what would happen. And it went through, surprisingly. Howie Clifford will sign to the team. 70 overall. Normal dev. That's a solid kicker for us for the next couple of seasons. And now we are going to skip to the end of this draft. And we're going to be entering a season where it's like the first time we're not going to have a bunch of first round draft picks. I don't think I'm going to sign and trade any more free agents. I think I'm kind of done with that. The team's in a pretty decent spot right now, I think. But this draft class was incredible. We got 2 players who are at least an 80 and a couple other starters for sure. Love this. Let's see who the other best players in the class are. There are 4 players who are at least an 80. Jonathan Gantz, normal dev for him. Eddie Hackett, also hidden. 6'3", 95 speed. Oh my god. That guy is incredible. Let's check out his dev trait so we can compare him to the corner we selected. The Giants have a really good cornerback group then, after selecting this guy. James Bradbury, Adoree Jackson, and him. And he's a superstar X-Factor. Jesus. I really hope our guy is an X-Factor as well, or at least a superstar. Yeah, alright. Did not think this was going to go through, but Jimmy Ward and Whitley, one of the defensive ends we drafted in the first draft, will get me Rashawn Slater. Just straight up, and we really needed another offensive lineman. I will gladly take Rashawn Slater on this team. Here is a look at the roster, though. So now we have a solid left tackle, 80 overall star dev. Had to sign a couple more free agents. Kyle Rudolph and Zach Ertz both joined the team at tight end. I also threw out contracts to Isaac Sayamalo and Joseph Noteboom, in free agency before the draft. They both accepted, but I, am replacing Noteboom here with a much better Rashawn Slater. Here's the offense. Here is the defense. Move Josh Allen down, of course. He's now playing right end. Derby's up to an 85 with that little boost he has. Dudley's up to an 81. The team is looking really nice, I think. We're in 83 offense, 84 defense with a completely young roster. I think we have a ton of room to grow here. I think I'll be signing one more running back just to have 3, and then I will simulate to the midseason mark here, or at least until something happens. All right, back here at the midseason mark, and we are 2-5. Let's go. Going crazy this year. Honestly, still a shot, though, to take the division if we can play well the second half of the season. Let's check out these development traits, anything revealed. The offensive lineman we drafted has star dev. Not too bad there. Defensively, the corner is a superstar. The safety is an X factor, though. Okay. Yeah, I'll take that. Did not expect him to have superstar X factor. And then also, the linebacker is a superstar. Yeah, we drafted incredibly well. Let's go. Those guys are going to be so good in a couple years. I mean, they're already pretty good now, but just wait for them to develop even more. I didn't mean to advance. Let me go through and negotiate with some guys. We also lost that game, which sucks. But let's negotiate with the top free agents. Justin Jefferson. I want back on the team. And that's probably it. I mean, we have some pretty good guys down here, like some backup running backs and whatnot, but they're pretty replaceable. Let me get Justin Jefferson on the team. We still have a ton of money as well. He's coming back to the roster. Okay. We still have a ton to spend in free agency, which I'm looking forward to here. Now, I was just looking at our rankings there at the mid-season mark, and our offense seems like it's doing really well, but the defense is terrible. So maybe we get like a playbook change after this year. But if the defense can step it up, I feel like this team can make the playoffs. We went 9-8 and actually did make the playoffs. All right. Seems like the defense might have stepped it up then. Let's go over these stats. How did the quarterback play? 5,000 yards. Okay. 39 touchdowns, 10 interceptions. Much better from his rookie year. The running back had 15 rushing touchdowns, 10 rushing touchdowns for Alexander Madison, 1,200 yards for good old Sergio Reese, 4.3 yards per carry. He led the team with 1,400 yards receiving. What's with these numbers this year, dude? They're so stupid. Only 2 touchdowns, though. Really weird year. Justin Jefferson gets 13 with a lot of yards as well. Darius Slayton, not bad, 800 yards. Kyle Rudolph, 800 yards as well. The offensive line, not fantastic, but not horrible. Like, the offensive line isn't really all that solid, so I didn't expect them to play well. I'll take this kind of season. 138 tackles here for Drew Tranquill. We have 19 tackles for loss for Josh Allen, 14 for Jimmy Ridley and Ron Payne. 9 sacks for Keon Lipton. Really good season for him. Interceptions, 5 for Trayvon Mullen. Why does he get so many picks? 3 for Raheem Dudley, 2 for Isaiah Truman, and then 1 for Drew Tranquill, Tyrone Derby, and Deshaun McDowell. We were 3rd in the NFL in offense this year. We had so many yards. And then defensively, 30th. Sounds about right. Christian McCaffrey is MVP. I was going to say, our running back should be near the top here. He's at number 7. The quarterback at number 6. AFC Offensive Player of the Year goes to Patrick Mahomes. Sergio Reese, AJ Bain make the list once again. Defensive Player of the Year is Myles Garrett, of course. Offensive Rookie of the Year is Drew Ballard. No one from the Texans. Defensive Rookie of the Year is Raheem Dudley. Jonathan Edwards, Tyrone Derby also on the list. Let's go. All right, that was a really good season then. We kind of made this team into a playoff contender, I think. We seem to be in a pretty good spot. Of course, I made a ton of trades. That's kind of how you have to handle this sort of rebuild. If you want to do like a 0 overall team rebuild where you don't like trade a whole bunch, that's doable. It'll just take forever. It'll take a very long time. Like if you just don't do the method of signing free agents and trading and stuff like that. Let's go through this game. Can we take down the Steelers? That'd be pretty big. If we can get a playoff win, we cannot. Unlucky. We got extended, though. There's always a bright side to every story. The Steelers make it all the way to the Super Bowl. Let's see if we lost to the eventual Super Bowl champions. We did not. 21-13. Giants are going to win. Let's check out, though, the development trait upgrades. The quarterback is up in dev. Exactly what you like to see. That's sick. Defensively, anybody up in dev trait? Edwards is up to Superstar X Factor. Truman's up to Superstar. Trayvon Mullen's up to Superstar. Okay. All right, we're kind of cooking here right now. Let me go ahead and change the defense a little bit. I'll probably change the offensive scheme fit as well. But we're going to go with a 4-6 or a 4-3. I'll just go 4-3 for now. And then we're going to use the Browns offensive playbook. Or defensive playbook, sorry. The Browns defensive playbook. Let's do that. And also, we don't have a good scheme fit percentage on offense at all. I'll change this again before we simulate. I'm sure once we fill out the roster a little bit more, we can get some higher scheme fit percentages. 177 staff points. I'll spend those before we simulate for sure. And I think we are good to just advance by this week and then go over the retirements. Who is leaving the league in 2023? Mitchell Schwartz is gone. Cam Hayward is gone. Harrison Smith, Brandon Brooks. Julio Jones is going to retire. Bobby Wagner. This is a huge retirement class. Jason Kelsey, Chandler Jones. Cam Newton is gone. Jarrell Casey's leaving. Pernell McPhee. T.Y. Hilton, John Brown, Xavier Rhodes. Patrick Peterson. Got some really good players in here. Earl Thomas is retiring. Bruce Arians and an offensive coordinator, Dan Hampton. Bruce Arians is going to retire, though. Interesting. All right, well, let's hop into free agency here. Of course, we have a ton of money, $104 million. I didn't negotiate with any players, but the only players left were the backups I signed and like Kyle Rudolph and stuff like that. But we have 103 mil. Let's sign a bunch of starters to the team. Jonathan Taylor would actually make for a sick backup behind Reese. He is getting a contract though, but maybe I go after someone else here. Like I like Alexander Madison. AJ Dillon's not too bad. We could always just draft a running back, I suppose. I could look that route. I don't really think we need another receiver on this team right now. Devin Duvernay's up to superstar. That's cool. I don't think we need another receiver. I might look to draft one as well. At least I should say I don't think we need a receiver in free agency. I do want to draft a tight end. I want to try to make that a priority. An offensive lineman wouldn't be bad. Laken Tomlinson's all right. Rodney Hudson would be pretty solid, I think. We can move him over to guard for a season. He's probably going to retire after this year, but I'll try to give him a contract. 100 total points. We are 5th. Okay. People are paying him quite a bit. I don't mind this at all. This isn't going to really ruin our capital for the future. It's only a 1-year contract. We have a ton of money right now. I'm good to offer him 109 total points. That is still second place. How much are the Panthers giving this man? 155 total points. Jesus Christ, I went overboard. 139. It seems like a lot of points, but I mean, it's a good bit of money, but not that much higher than what I just offered him for like 105 points or whatever. We also need a new middle linebacker for sure. Trent hasn't really been that good. Logan Wilson's up to a superstar X Factor. Okay. But yeah, Trent hasn't been that good. That could be a position I look to draft as well. CJ Henderson would make this cornerback core really solid. We still have the money for this as well. Might as well bolster up the defense even more. I'll try to get CJ Henderson on the team. Our safety duo is perfect. I really just need some offensive linemen, and there aren't many great options here. I do need a guard of some capacity, so we have to sign somebody. Hopefully it's Rodney Hudson. We are giving him a ton of points, so we should be able to land Rodney Hudson on the team. That is going to happen, and we also got CJ Henderson. Okay, sick. Now, let me go ahead and check out this draft class. Kind of looking for a linebacker, also definitely looking for some offensive linemen. Xavier House is another one of these corners. We really don't need him, though. Let's check out the middle linebackers. Anybody good? Eric Flowers. Awesome. Early first-round talent, though. We pick at number 20. We definitely have to trade up if we wanted him, which I don't mind doing. There are some decent guys later, though, for sure. Really good outside linebacker class, though. Andrew Vernon looks sick. Chris Palumbo also looks pretty good. Some good edge rushers here. Here's another speed rusher in the 3rd, Dexter Nelson. And another one in the 4th. Skip the combine. Dexter Nelson's pretty cool. All right. I don't really think we need too much on the D-line. That guy's also really good. Dalton Lawrence. Might as well spend the scouting points on these guys down here. They're good depth players at least. And now let's check out the offensive line. How are we looking like here? I'm mainly looking at center, I think, but Tyreek Farrow's not bad. If he has a dev trade, he could probably start. And then Joey Gonzalez is phenomenal. Okay, we might have to trade up twice in this draft, which I don't mind doing. I'd like to trade up in the 1st and in the 2nd round. There aren't many more players I think I need. We also have another week of scouting here, which is nice. Because then we can see if there's another center supposed to go like early 1st or something like that. Because if there is, then we don't have to trade up for that other guy. Now, John Cutler is the next best one. Still looks pretty good, though. I'm completely ready now to enter this draft. I think I would like to trade up, though. I was talking about it a little bit ago. And I think we're going to have to trade up in the 1st and the 2nd round. I got a trade to go through. We are giving away a lot, but I'm doing my best to get 2 birds stoned at once, okay? We are trying to acquire an early 2nd and an early 1st with the same trade. Hopefully this is enough for the center in the 2nd round. I don't remember exactly what his projection was, but the 7th pick in the 2nd might be enough. We are getting rid of a 1st and a 2nd this year, so we're swapping those, but we're also getting rid of our 1st next year, which I don't love. Might be able to get that back at some point, but this should be early enough to get this linebacker. Mid 1st round projection. Please tell me he's here at pick number 7. I really want this guy on the roster. Eric Flowers is here. Let's go. 77 hidden dev, 90 speed, 89 tackling, 87 acceleration. He's 6'3", 90 speed. That guy is really, really good. And now we are going to skip to my next pick. Oh, I shouldn't have done that right away. I wanted to check when that center was supposed to go. Did I goof? I really hope I didn't goof. We did goof. That sucks. This guy's still pretty good. If he has a dev trade, he could probably play. Let's take a quick look around, see if there are any other 1st round players left. In terms of offensive linemen, I don't think there are. So it seems like we're going to have to go with John Cutler. Yeah, let's do that. 71 hidden. All right, so he has a dev trade at least. He's pretty good as well. we should probably find a way for him to start this year. Even though he's only a 71, he might go up at guard as well. But it's kind of just here for his development mainly. So I'm still good with that selection. I'm just kind of pissed I missed out on that other center because I simulated too far. I'm dumb. In the 3rd round, what do we need? Not that much, if I'm being completely honest. I mean, I kind of want Sharif McCray. He looks pretty cool. I can probably get him with my next pick, though. So with this one, we can take Tyreek Farrow. Maybe another dev trait, offensive lineman. Or Lance Sears. A pass rusher who we don't really need. Another speed rusher here as well. This is a tough decision. There's a lot of 2nd-round talent guys here. I'm going to go with the pass rusher who skipped the combine. Lance Sears. 70 with normal. Not a bad player, but sadly only normal dev. Okay, I'm just going to land Sharif McCray with this selection. 73 hidden. A really solid backup running back. So we have a pretty good running back duo now on the team. Of course, our number 1 running back, Sergio something. I forgot his last name. He's going to be taking the bulk of the carries and have the bulk of the targets. He's really good at this point. But it's never bad to have a good backup running back. Okay, so we're out of players on the draft board. So let's go through and try to find somebody to select. I might just honestly take a 3rd running back just so I can have a full group of running backs. And I think it's actually going to be Cassius Sims. 4.41 speed is really good. 4.43 speed for that guy. 4.47. I'm going to go with Cassius Sims, the fastest. Hidden dev, 67 overall. 91 speed, 79 trucking, 86 stiff arm. I feel like he'd be a fun player to actually develop, but he is going to be the 3rd running back on the team. I no longer have to sign free agent running backs every season. I forgot a tight end. I knew I was going to forget something. There's so many different positions I'm trying to keep track of in my head, and I should just be taking notes, I guess. I forgot about the tight end. We absolutely did. Okay. We could just bite the bullet and trade for a tight end, but I kind of wanted to draft one. Morgan Meredith, the fastest tight end. And he is not good. Okay. I think I'm just going to trade for a tight end. I'm also not going to take my 7th round selection. I'll leave that one up to the computer. Who's the best player in the class? An 80 overall strong safety. Dude, defensive backs are so busted this year. Justin Jones looking real good there. 78 overall corner Xavier House. Also looks really good on the Raiders. All right, but we did get one of the better players in the class. I'll take Eric Flowers on the team. Never thought I'd say that, but you know what? We are here. We are snagging a new tight end. Now, Mike Gesicki is on the team, an 89 overall tight end. Massive improvement from our current starting tight end. Let's go over the team, though, right? I think this roster is actually in a really good position. We are still very young across the board, and I have to make a couple different switches. Give me 2 seconds. I forgot about this. There we go. The team is in order. We are an 88 overall, 89 offense, 88 defense. We are going to have Cutler start at right guard. I think over Atkins. It makes sense. He's probably going to be just as good, if not way better, after this season. He also looks identical to Nelson. Love that. A lot of variety in the faces here still. But yeah, this offense is really good. A bunch of superstars, a couple of hidden dev players. You love to see it. Mike Gesicki also now on the team. And then on the defensive side, a bunch of X factors, some more superstars. This team, I think, is in a really, really good position. I'm looking forward to Eric Flowers going off here at middle linebacker. Hopefully he can lead the team in tackles at least. But I will simulate now, and I'll catch you guys up whenever something happens. All right, at the midseason mark, we are 2-4. How? How is this team not playing well? We're a 91 offense, 89 defense, 90 overall team. What is happening? This is confusing me. All right, well, we can negotiate with some players. See who has to come back to the team. Rodney Hudson, Rashawn Slater, Blake Gillikin, who I just signed in free agency. Maybe we give him a contract. I keep forgetting to get a long-term punter, but it doesn't really make too much of a difference. Rashawn Slater, I want back to the team. Rodney Hudson, I would like back, but I doubt he's going to be here next year. Let's give Rashawn Slater a contract, and he doesn't want that. Okay, so next week, we will try to get back Rashawn Slater. How is this team 2-4? That makes no sense. Also, I should point out, during the preseason, Rodney Hudson was working with one of our offensive linemen, Pierman, I believe his last name is, and he got 10,000 experience for that, which is actually really big. But we lost another game. Dude, I don't get this at all. Rashawn Slater, I want back on the team. Let's give him another contract, and then we can check out some dev traits. Rashawn Slater is coming back. Love to see that. Let's quickly go over the development traits of the team, though. Cutler has star dev, and Pierman was the guy who Rodney Hudson worked with. So 10,000 experience is actually really big for him. No one else is revealed here on the offense. But then defensively, our linebacker has star. Kind of upsetting, but it's fine. We still have a really good team. I don't understand why we're not winning. So I very much doubt we are in the playoffs this season, unless we clutched up, and we absolutely did. 11-6 for the record. No way this team made the postseason. That's actually crazy. The quarterback had 4,300 yards, well, almost 4,400, 29 touchdowns, 9 picks. Not a bad season. No 5,000 yards, but still pretty productive. The running back was really solid again, 1,300 yards, about 5 yards per carry, 8 touchdowns for him, and then 875 yards receiving. Mike Gesicki gets 10 touchdowns, Justin Jefferson 822 yards, 8 touchdowns, not bad at all. A lot of players contributing there. The offensive line really isn't that good. I mean, Rashawn Slater is somehow performing the worst, even though he's really not bad. 139 tackles here for Jonathan Edwards. Love that. We have 14 tackles for loss for Keon Lipton, 10 for Daron Payne and Jimmy Ridley, 11.5 sacks for Josh Allen, 6.5 for Daron Payne, 6 for Keon Lipton, 4 picks for Eric Flowers and Raheem Dudley, 2 for Jonathan Edwards and CJ Henderson, 1 for Tyrone Derby, Isaiah Truman, and James Willis. The defense actually seemed pretty solid this year. We were 16th on offense, so right in the middle, and then 10th on defense. Yeah, the defense actually stepped it up quite a bit. Christian McCaffrey, MVP once again. No one from the Texans. AFC Offensive Player of the Year is Nick Chubb. Sergio Reese at number 10. Let's go. Defensive Player of the Year is TJ Watt. Offensive Rookie of the Year, Sharif McCray. I will take that. Cassius Sims at number 7 as well. Defensive Rookie of the Year goes to Eric Flowers. Best quarterback, this is just in case this is the final year. I'm not sure if it's going to be yet, but best quarterback, we have our guy at number 8. Best running back is Nick Chubb. Sergio Reese at 4. Best receiver, Cornell Powell is going to win it. All right. No one from the Texans. Best O-lineman, of course, is Quentin Nelson. No one from the Texans. Best D-lineman is Quinnen Williams, up to a 96. He's looking sick. Josh Allen at number 10. Best linebacker is TJ Watt. We do not have our linebacker, surprisingly enough. Best defensive back is Greg Newsome. Raheem Dudley at number 4, though. And then best kicker is Will Lutz. No Texans. All right, that's fine. So I'm glad we made the playoffs again. Did not expect to. How did the Jags finish? 9-7-1. They were like 6-1 at some point. Interesting. So let's talk to somebody probably about Rodney Hudson. We are talking to the quarterback about Rodney Hudson. Okay. The quarterback speculates that Rodney Hudson's going to retire, but I've had this prompt happen before and the player just does not retire, but I'll activate it for the morale boost. Is that enough to help us take down the New England Patriots? It is. All right. Now against the Buffalo Bills, another really good team in that same division. And we're going to get some more morale boost here. See if we can keep the momentum up against the Bills. I hope we can win this one, man. Take me to a Super Bowl, please. To the conference championship we go, and we are not in the conference championship, dude. That sucks. But the Super Bowl between the Bills and the 49ers. Let's simulate directly by this game, see who's going to win. Going to the 49ers, 28-10. So I have the personnel and whatnot to go another season. We have the cap room as well to bring anyone back to the team we need. And we could potentially even add some players in free agency. I'm mainly looking at offensive linemen, I think. I'm pretty sure the rest of the team is pretty much chilling. I've just been kind of waiting on these offensive linemen to develop, and it's just not really happening. It's happening kind of well for some of them, but not all around. Let's advance by. I'll check out the dev upgrades before we hop into free agency, though. Let's see, anybody up in development trait. Now, the running back hasn't gone up once yet. Probably not going to be up then now. He is not. Very sadly, but it's okay. And then on the defense, anyone up in dev trait. Flowers is up, I'm pretty sure. The team is still chilling in a really good spot, I think. We have quite a bit of money to go after some free agents. Here's some players we have to negotiate with. I'm going to let Rodney Hudson go. Worst case scenario, we just sign him next week. I want to see who's here, though, before I go after good old Rodney Hudson. We have $86.77 million. Yeah, we have a ton of money still. Harrison Butker is the top player. He's a 91 overall kicker. All right, so Teron Armstead's a player I should probably go after. Teron Armstead is a really, really good left tackle. I'm going to give him quite a bit of money. We are 6th with 106 total points. Okay, let's raise both of these quite a bit. This is a big contract just for 1 year, but I don't mind paying him this. 122 points. That is going to be enough. Just barely, though. Another player I wouldn't mind getting is Jerome Baker. I don't really want to give him a 4-year contract, but I'm definitely not going 4 more years. 4th place with 106 points. I wouldn't mind having him to play outside linebacker. 111. Is that first? That is second. Okay, let's try to get Jerome Baker on the team. And then I kind of feel like we're chilling here. We did not get Teron Armstead. No chance. I feel like I gave him a lot of money. We did get Jerome Baker, though, which is nice. I really wanted Teron Armstead. I don't think there are any other tackles better than Rashawn Slater. Yeah, there definitely are not. I will get David Andrews on the team because we still need somebody to replace Rodney Hudson's spot. 106 points is not enough. Okay, so I'm going to try to get David Andrews if possible. David Andrews did not accept. Dude, I'm giving these guys a lot of money. Why are they not accepting? We need another offensive lineman now. Brandon Linder it is, please. I'm about to just give you like $30 million. I just need somebody. Please accept this. Brandon Linder accepted. Okay, we have another offensive lineman. Don't have to worry too much about that in the draft. Speaking of, though, let's start the NFL draft. There's really no one in particular I need to take. We also don't even have a first-round pick. So I think we just kind of chalk the first round in this one. There's really nothing I need right now. But let's see who's available here. Pick number 25 in the second round. Any first-round talent players left? We have one. It's our running back. Actually looks really good. And a receiver. Jacoby Bibbs. Looks pretty good as well. Another receiver down here. Late first-round talent. Okay. Similar looking receiver to Bibbs up top. I'm going to take one of those guys. I'm just going to go with Bibbs up here. Jacoby Bibbs. 74 normal dev. Not a bad player at all. I think I'm going to take one more player and then simulate. I didn't do any scouting here. This is all the computer, so I'm not really attached to this draft class at all. I will go with Zach Morgan, I think, here. Just to get a pretty good number 2 middle linebacker. 70 with normal. He's really not bad at all. He is a very solid number 2 middle linebacker. I'm just going to go to the end of the draft here, though. I don't really care about the rest of this one. Let's go ahead and check out who the computer snagged for me. We got a 68, 2 67s, and a 62. All right, there's an 82 overall corner, an 80 overall corner as well. Enrique Kendricks, a hidden dev. Yeah, cornerbacks are so good in this game. And Sergio Jackson, another hidden dev corner. Really good looking quarterback. Zaire Williams, 95 throw power. Man is a cannon. Nick Flaherty, also here. Pretty good looking quarterback there for the Titans. Okay, nice draft class, pretty typical. Yeah, the team is in a really good position. I really hope we make the playoffs again. I certainly think we should be in the postseason. 92 overall, 92 offense, 92 defense. Now, not the best scheme fit percentage or whatever, but hasn't really seemed to matter. I don't think the scheme actually matters too much with like the performance of the team. It seems like it's just a way to progress players and whatnot. Like if your players fit the scheme, you get more experience. I think that's the only bit of importance they have. I could totally be wrong, but I'm pretty sure most of sim is dependent on the playbook. That's what it seems like at least. So let's see how the team does, right? Here's the offense looking really good, in my opinion. Solid offense. Honestly, maybe an even better defense. I think it actually might be a little bit better once I move Jerome Baker to left outside linebacker. Forgot to do that. The defense is still a 92. Okay, it's actually not any better. But still, the defense is looking really, really good. A ton of superstars. 3 X factors. We have a good-looking team. We should be in the postseason. I forgot to draft a punter again. No way. I forgot that once more. Well, back to free agency to snag a punter. And then I'll see you guys at the end of the year. Harrison Butker's in free agency. I'm signing him. We're getting a new kicker. He's a 91 overall. And then I will also be signing a punter. We're going to get Jack Fox. Why not? Now I will be simulating to the end of the year. Wait, we didn't make the playoffs going 10-7? Yeah. This team definitely did not deserve to be in the postseason. I don't understand this at all. The Texans, are they like cursed or something? I don't know what's going on here. 4,400 yards for the quarterback. 38 touchdowns, 18 interceptions. Pretty good season. A lot of picks, but, I mean, it's not horrible, I guess. Sergio Reese, 7 touchdowns, 1,300 yards, 5 yards per carry. McCray had 14 touchdowns. 1,000 yards for Darius Slayton. 11 touchdowns, though, for Sergio Reese. Almost 1,000 yards for him and Justin Jefferson. Not many sacks. Okay, so the offense was really good. I guess the defense was just bad. 117 tackles there, the most on the team. 26 tackles for loss for Josh Allen. 20 for Daron Payne. We have 9 sacks for Jimmy Ridley, leading the team. 3 picks for Jerome Baker, 2 for Jonathan Edwards, and then 1 for 3 other players, C.J. Henderson, Trayvon Mullen, and James Willis. I don't get how this team did not make the playoffs. We are 11th in the NFL on offense and then 14th on defense. I mean, we had a pretty good season. The rest of the AFC was just really good, I guess. Patrick Mahomes of the 16-1 Chiefs winning MVP. No one from the Texans here on the MVP list. AFC Offensive Player of the Year, of course, is Patrick Mahomes. Sergio Reese at number 3, though. Defensive Player of the Year is TJ Watt. Offensive Rookie of the Year is Dennis Hill. Jacoby Bibbs at number 6. Defensive Rookie of the Year, no one from the Texans. Best quarterback is Patrick Mahomes. Our quarterback at number 10, though. Best running back, Reese at number 2. Best wide receiver, no one from the Texans. Best offensive lineman, actually not Quentin Nelson. He's at number 8. That's very surprising. All right. Best defensive lineman is Quinnen Williams. Jimmy Ridley, though, at number 10. Best linebacker is TJ Watt. Best defensive back is Kenny Moore. Best kicker, Younghoe Koo. Harrison Butker is not on the list. We signed him in free agency. Did not matter. All right, well, that's still going to do it for this one. I feel like this has been going on for a long time. I did my best. I feel like I made a pretty good team. Sadly, though, we didn't really do much in the playoffs. We did win a game, which is pretty cool. And I feel like most other seasons, this would have been a playoff berth for the team. But the division was good. The conference was good. So it's just kind of what happens sometimes. The Steelers are going to win the Super Bowl over the Arizona Cardinals. Okay, let's check out the lineup, though. Who's up in dev trait? Quarterback, probably not. Yeah, no one on the offense is. Unfortunate. Defensively, Jerome Baker, I think, is up in dev trait. And I'm pretty sure that's it. Yeah, I think so. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching this one. I apologize if this video is longer than my other rebuilds. I feel like I've been recording for longer than usual, but I might be able to cut it down to about an hour. Who knows? Thanks one more time for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.